All right, how y'all doing? It's me, Zacarias, and I got to do a video on the Rock Hudson situation. You know, it's sad that I mean, I'm glad that y'all it still showed that he had African roots. Not Rock Hudson, Rock Newman, Rock Newman. Why I say Rock Hudson? Rock Newman. Rock Newman. His show came out and it was talking about his ancestry on African Ancestry.com. They did a video. They was trying to say about the Native American part, and let me let you know, I did a video about the Apple Thug, okay, who came in there when he was doing what's his name, Lance Brown Eyes or Lance Brown, whatever his name is. And he said, "You stealing my culture," and people were saying the Native Americans are black. This is where this idea come from, because what they didn't tell you on African American Ancestors series were that DNA tests is very limited, because Ancestry.com 10 years ago, you cannot talk. African Ancestry.com, excuse me, African Ancestry.com, excuse me. Because his man did a report on you, and anybody can Google that video on YouTube. It's called African Americans Ain't African, okay? And you admitted the dark-skinned brother who got white DNA, which means you're a dark-skinned mulatto, and possibly Native American DNA. You admitted to that white woman from 60 Minutes, and you told her that we can only trace the roots to certain numbers. And that white man, the law professor, bought y'all out, and not just you, many other genetic companies, that you could be Peruvian, you could be Japanese, you could be Swedish, and you would never know too. The only one that don't change is the chromosome for a woman. Though I think y'all had the X, we had the Y chromosome, X chromosome, they had the Y, something like that. Okay, the maternal chromosome. Okay, and which is very true. When the sister, the light skin with the fro, had told Rock Newman that they can only do, what's it called, the Oprah, which it did reveal some mixture. She had Asian and American in her, and they didn't go with the father, which I'm glad they said that, because there's talk that, which is, I'm not surprised, that Oprah is related to Elvis, okay? And because I mentioned before that Elvis is a Melodian, just like what's the man's name? Dog, I can't think his name. Tom Hanks, or some Melodian, what they call, you know, hair lock, this part of Melodian, which is both triracial, okay? Who else? Lincoln. Lincoln's mom was a Hanks, and she's related to Tom Hanks. Okay, and so Barack Obama's not the first one to have black DNA as a president, okay? And also Native American, because, well, on the Barack, Mama had Native American, her rumor that she has, besides black, I know she has black in her too. The first ancestor who came on the ship, who was married to a white woman, was a black man. That was Barack Obama's mother's black ancestor, so she was a sister too. You know, but they mentioned that, and so every time, you know, Michael Jackson's ex-wife comes on the show, they mention their cousins, something like that. I heard it, and that's why they mentioned. I'm glad she mentioned that the maternal line is the only one that can trace it. When Jessica Alba, same thing, her DNA tests contradict each other. First, they said he had an African in her, which I know was a doggone lie with them big lips and wide nose. And then on PBS, it revealed that she had Afro-Mexican DNA on her dad's side, because she needed her dad, because she's a woman, okay? You know, women can only, you know, and now they got new technology. No, you have new technology because it's limited resources. Let's call it like it is. It is not truly accurate. And I mention this because Rock Newman mentioned he had the American, and they said, you know, they only had 80% European and 20% African on both his mom and dad's side. And so, you know, they said that 40% on the mom's side, 40% on the dad's side. And, you know, and which is very true that sometimes they come out, and the dark-skinned mulatto brother from African Ancestry.com, because you do have white DNA, brother, okay? You're not pure black. You said that how they, it's very true. That's what and I'm glad you brought that up. Every time I mention Mejero, Latino community, and Latinos, well, I don't look black. I don't got no black in me. This debunk your argument. Because in Latin America, they knew that the more they bring more white or people who don't look black or either native in their family, their children or their later generation will come out looking less black or looking less native. Like in Mexico, you really don't see many people look like a black person unless you go to Costa Chica, Oaxaca, which is Oaxaca and Guerrero, and then on Veracruz, because their generations of outside of those areas married. Especially when more Europeans came to Mexico and other part of Latin America, like in Trujillo, was getting more Europeans in the Dominican Republic to whiten up the population, okay? So that's why Latinos they're very light-skinned. You know, they're darker ones, but the reason why, like when I went to school, majority of my Mexican counterparts at school were mostly fair-skinned. In their community, fair skin is light skin, not light and dark brown like in our African American community, okay? So that's why, okay? And you saw Mexicans that was my color, you know, there was, you know, dark Mexicans that were my complexion or near my complexion, but majority of them, if you saw were very fair skinned, high yellow Mexicans, okay? Call it like it is, okay? So, you know, I like olive skin to pale, you know, pale like white people. Sometimes when they search the girls that dye their hair blonde, you would think it's a white chick and it's a Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Especially you see some Native American or black features, they got big lips and wide nose, okay? So, but point is, the reason I brought that up is because you telling this man, and people say, well, yeah, we knew you was not black at all, because, you know, those in the community don't like the fact. And what the reason why, like, folks bash Michael Jackson's kids, oh, he didn't want to be black. You know that man had those kids. You know that he had his kids. You know his parents are not pure black. They don't look like Lupita Nyong'o and Akon and Malik Obama, Barack Obama, pure black brothers, half pure black brother, one that voted for Trump. You know Michael Jackson was not dark chocolate, okay? He was caramel, okay? Before the skin disease or whatever. He bleached it. That's his body. You ain't gonna bash a white person getting close to my color, don't match him, whatever he do to his body, okay? Let's call it as America. Like telling America is a friend of the free, not the enslaved, okay? At the end of the day, his genetics was not pure black, okay? This was that daddy with the green eyes, Joe, crazy Joe, okay? So everybody mad to Paris saying that she black, and know that her hair is not naturally blonde. She do have curly hair. She straightened her hair. Her features are similar to LaToya before LaToya had surgery, okay? So, and LaToya's a high yellow one in the family, and that's her natural complexion, okay? You see pictures when she was a baby, okay? She would no brown or shade on her, okay? And they're both from the same parents, okay? So, point is, and none of the Jacksons of the family are dark chocolate. You're not going to see no Wesley Snipes person who, unless they married somebody in the family or they grandkids, yeah, but not the siblings, okay, and not Michael. The point is I'm trying to make is that they're mad at the fellas who do look like Rock Newman, who look like Paris Jackson, who look like Ty Burrell, who look like Hal Locklear, or anybody look white or close to it. You know, even though Mariah Carey is very ethnic looking, they even say don't like the fact because they don't want the Eurocentric favoritism shine on them, and those are darker, especially those are dark chocolate. They don't want that to go on in. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have Rashida Strover screaming and yelling about why you don't say it. Because I'm sorry, if I was a dark-skinned sister and some brother want me, fuck you, I'll go find me somebody else. And if you had to swirl, as long as you swirl with a man that's not like that man who was the Trump supporter that cussed that mulatto sister out, okay? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, all right, you know, and call all type of racial slurs. So do you get what I'm saying? Go back to the DNA test. The DNA test, they admit, the African Ancestry admit that their DNA tests are not always accurate. And they're talking about the Native American part, and I'm going to bring it up. I'm glad you mentioned that the dark-skinned mulatto, the 19 got Native American DNA. The reason why they say the Native American DNA is not always detectable, which is, let's go ahead and admit it, because back in 2003, and I was on mixedrace.com, it was advertised by the Native American, and I thought, let me go do this DNA test. And the woman admitted herself, I wish I had a phone recorder, that even though you have DNA break, it don't always show up in your DNA test. Especially I put my hand on the Bible on this. In the same year, 2 incidents, we're in Houston. Many people have been falsely accused of rape. The DNA tests, the DNA labs in Harris County, HPD, whatever we call it, were screwed up. They was not clean. They was not handling DNA correctly, and many innocent people went to jail in these rape cases. And they just even admitted a couple years ago, the rape kits were locked in. They even wasn't investigated. You got folks who are rapists run around in Houston, okay? There was a brother who was innocent of rape, and he still couldn't get no job and still was on sex offenders because they did not fix it, And they admit that they made a mistake in the lab. And they found the rapist later on some other brother, okay? Also, too, there was a brother who was Creole, who was a Mohawk. No, he was a tiny, light-skinned brother. He wasn't real light. He was light, but not too light, like bright, high, yellow, like pale, okay? He had like a light, pale, light brown complexion, like a Vanessa Williams complexion. Maybe so, but you know, so she got a little darker as she got older. But even she was a little lighter back in the day when she was Miss America, okay? And his hair was curly. He wore a fro, okay, back in the 70s, named Wayne Joseph. And they said his DNA test was 0% African. This man lived as a black man, black identified with that one drop rule. As he had Indian American, he had East Asian and white, and 0% African. And they're like, dang, even his daughter, who's married to a Hispanic man, Mexican man, she was like, well, how can I call my mama black? But how this happened? And even he questions his own mother. She said, excuse me, I don't care what anybody say. That's how y'all say, excuse me, I'm a black woman. Yeah, I'm Creole, but I'm a black woman. I was raised, I know who birthed my kids. And they even asked me, want to do another DNA test. The DNA test has now revealed that they don't always show accuracy, which is true. And Jessica Alba was a big case. I'm glad we saw that, because I told people that DNA test was not accurate. And even the sister told, she said, yeah, it couldn't be accurate. She got a black in her because look at her lips and nose. And then too, she had to do her dad's DNA test because she's a woman. Of course, it might come out as European because our mama's white. You know what I'm saying? But dad's Afro mestizo from Mexico. You know, he's born here, but he's from Mexico, okay? And even they had colorism where they had folks who look close to white or look white, and they lived in California. The other ones who were darker had to go to Mexican school before they had their Westheimer versus Mendez case, okay? That was before the Brown versus Brown versus Education case, okay? The lot of Mexicans go to white and other Latinos go to white schools. Let's know our history, okay? And it was a Mesoamerican family who was the Menendez. Excuse me. The Mendez, the grandmother, she was, the mother, excuse me, she was Puerto Rican. That's all my Boricuas out there. She was married to a Mexican. They consider her Mexican because anybody was, that's why y'all Latinos get tired for saying that who are not Mexican, get tired for saying they're Mexican because the first even Latino was a Mexican, even come from Puerto Rico or Cuba, okay? That's why you see Des Anez, you know, as playing Ricky Ricardo with Marache and you know, stuff on his thing. You know, they don't wear no Marache stuff in sombreros in Cuba, but they did. They just try to, you know, the stereotype, you know, uneducated people in Hollywood, okay? So, point is, so the reason I'm bringing this up is because they admit that. So to try to make Rock Newman not know that he had Native American or try to say he more European, he still had African DNA in him, y'all. He do more for the community than some of y'all folks who are darker than him, okay? I get tired of y'all. The shitholes love to talk, love to gossip, misery loves company, crowd a barrel, who all they call is ruckus in the community. All they want to do is cause a segregation, but not no fucking resources to segregate with. They don't want, you know, they want to talk shit and yell, scream. I mean, yeah, I do it, but at least do some progress and ain't trying to start an issue with nobody. But they want to tell somebody what they are, and if they darker than whatever, no offense, I'm not saying they could be my color too, they could be camera like me, but if they 9, 10, used to be some dark-skinned chocolate person, like someone like Rashid Strode complexion, and not the stereotype that want to back down, I don't want them, they're white because they don't want, like I say, a Eurocentric favoritism on their behalf and not on them. I mean, we live in America with 3 cases in it. We don't live in Zimbabwe, y'all, so since y'all choose to look like, for example, Trump won, you're the first one to tell me I shouldn't move out of this country. I should stay here, live with you in your misery. No, you can deal with misery. Like for plantation. If it's time to get the plantation, well, Harry told me I'm out. Y'all can go ahead and do a mass and get beaten, call all type of names, okay? Don't whine about them. Bitch about when you choose. Have a choice to get out, okay? But that's my point is that African Ancestry, you need to reveal yourself. Tell like it was 10 years ago. Your DNA tests are not always accurate, and it's a very limited resources. And I'm glad that white law professor revealed on that on the 60 Minutes interviews that you know that your DNA, all your companies are not telling people and charging people $100. Now you're trying to $75. Oh, now you're going cheaper since y'all now we're not trying to still tell some lies. So I'm letting you know to Rock Newman, you're always with my brother. I don't care. I'm descended from people like I did for Paris Jackson. I don't care less. You do more for the community than some of these people who even my shade caramel and who are even dark chocolate close to the color black. I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but it's the truth. Instead of whining and bitching on about what you can do, what you don't have, and this, that, at least do something to contribute to the community so we can go to a progress. I'm tired of it. That's all I have to say.